Hi everyone, I'm Yasu, co-founder and chief design officer at Final Aim. It's a real pleasure to be here as part of World Industrial Design Day. Today, I'll be sharing how we are tackling one of the most important questions in design. How can we embrace the power of generative AI while still protecting creativity, authorship, and integrity? A bit about myself. I was born in Japan, raised in Australia, and began my career at Nikon. I later joined a 3D printing startup as a founding member, which was acquired by a listed company before co-founding Final Aim. A few snapshots from my work showing how I'm devoted to blending new technology into a real use case, with respect for creative authorship ranging from consumer electronics to mobility design. Let me introduce my company, Final Aim. Final Aim is a startup driving the global adoption of IP-secured generative AI platform for industrial design and manufacturing. The company has partnered with global companies across design and creative teams in automotive, rail, heavy industry, electronics, and media. The startup was accepted into Berkeley Skydeck, a world-renowned Silicon Valley accelerator, and also won the Japan US Innovation Awards by Stanford University. Our team includes experts from Google, Adobe, Intel, and UC Berkeley, as well as legal and IP specialists. Together, we're creating infrastructure to protect IP and creative ownership in AI-driven workflows in design and creatives. And this is our product Final Design. It's a secure platform where designers and enterprises can manage design data generated by AI. We focus on traceability, authorship, and protecting intellectual property, even when AI is part of the creative process. As new technology evolves, we are starting to see especially generative AI as a powerful creative tool. It accelerates ideation and expands the possibilities for designers and creators. However, authorship and intellectual property is a big issue. If IP rights aren't clearly recorded and enforced, the designer's role becomes invisible in legal terms. Just as much as the output, we strongly believe ownership matters. Who stands behind the design? Who owns the idea? Who is responsible for the work? And this isn't just a designer's conversation, it's a legal and global one. Here, the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, outlines best practices for navigating generative AI. Key points include documenting how AI tools were used and trained, labeling AI generated outputs and prompts, and crucially, making clear the role of the human in the creation process. In the US, the Copyright Office has made its consideration clear. AI generated content alone isn't actually protected. But, and this is important, if a human arranges the outputs into a sufficiently creative sequence, then the work may qualify for intellectual property. That means documentation and human authorship is crucial, but only if you structure and capture it intentionally. And Japan is also taking a thoughtful approach. According to the Agency for Cultural Affairs, determining copyright protection involves evaluating how dependent a work is on prior content. This means creators must be able to explain how the work is original, how it was made, and how AI was utilized as a creative tool. In short, transparency in creative process isn't optional anymore. It's essential. So again, this is what our design management platform, Final Design, offers. It's a platform that records, authenticates, and protects your creative work, from initial sketches to generative AI prompts and final outputs. Every design file created throughout the process is registered to our platform. This includes not just images, but contracts, prompts, and process documentation. And think of it like a GitHub for design and IP, a central tamper-proof hub that tracks every change, files, and decision. Furthermore, we work with top international law firms to ensure legal alignment from the database level. We help ensure that design output and process are compliant and defensible. Now I'd like to mention the real case study. We partnered with Yamaha Motor to explore low-speed EV design by generative AI. Let me share the making movie by Autodesk, which featured our collaboration. My name is Yasuhide Yokoi, co-founder and chief design officer at Final Aim, a startup based in San Francisco and Tokyo. Yamaha came to us with the need to produce an innovative design that solves the problems that surrounds the agricultural industry using their EV platform. C451 is a microelectronic vehicle designed to carry various payloads and tow machines and equipment and can be used around very small farmlands. Normally, this kind of project takes a year to complete, but for this, we only had 2 to 3 months.
東京オートサロンは日本で最大級の自動車のイベントです。そうした出展の場としてぴったりであると考えたのが今回の出展のきっかけです。制作期間はもう3ヶ月もありませんでした。そのために私たちはコークリエーション、共創のパートナーを必要としています。
We utilized AI in the very upstream of the design process, simultaneously going back and forth between AI tools and Fusion. We were able to come up with more than 2,000 concepts and images within 2 to 3 weeks, which would have been impossible with existing design tools. Fusion played a critical role handling the data, speeding up the communication, and also visualizing the design. Our team was distributed around the globe, so cloud collaboration was a key factor in speeding up the design and manufacturing process. Fusion allowed the initial design concept to be perfectly handed off to the engineering and manufacturing teams. Without Fusion platform, we knew that we cannot meet this deadline. We were impressed by how AI guided the project towards ideas we hadn't anticipated at the start. With its asymmetrical design and bright, catchy exterior finishes, this design is totally out of the context of traditional agricultural machinery. We presented this design at the 2024 Tokyo Auto Salon. One of the audience named it kawaii, which means cute design. That comment was a big win for us, especially because we wanted to target the younger generation for this farming industry. I'm proud of every aspect of this project, the team, the design process, and the outcome. I'm also excited that Yamaha Motors is open to these new technologies.
見てワクワクする、乗ってワクワクする、そういった人々を楽しませるプロダクトであるということがどんなものにおいても大事だというふうに思っています。そういう実験を実際にやって短期間でこれだけクールなモデルを世の中に送り出せたということ、これがやはり一番誇りに思っているところではあります。C451 はあくまで始まりに過ぎません。
So again, we collaborated with Yamaha Motor to explore low-speed EV design. In just a few weeks, Yamaha used generative AI to create over 2,000 design proposals for agricultural industries. Our platform helped them protect all those design iterations, reducing design time by 50% while preserving authorship and intellectual property. Generative AI played a crucial role in pushing the boundaries of the creativity throughout this project. It allowed Yamaha to explore new design directions and even hardware details like you see in this slide. Here you can see the diversity of output that was created throughout the process, from high-level concept visuals to solid, realistic ideas. And behind each of these visuals is an authenticated record, proof of creation, proof of ownership. This is how we turn AI outputs into secure design assets as human invention. In another Yamaha project, we used generative AI to customize the existing design of an actual EV platform. This included not only the vehicle design, but also storytelling visuals and even an AI generated concept movie. As you can see here, the movie in particular was a strong, compelling output. It helped accelerate the project by enabling clear alignment across multiple teams internally. The movie also accelerated Yamaha to communicate externally with potential customers to verify if the business development, business strategy would be effective. And all of those processes and ideas are traceable, secured, and stored on a design management platform. We also collaborated with Honda Motor's hydrogen business division to explore and visualize their long term vision for a future hydrogen powered sustainable society. This initiative involved using generative AI to visualize not just products, but entire ecosystems from vehicles and fueling facilities to lifestyle scenarios and futuristic cityscapes. One key challenge was expressing what makes Honda Honda. It wasn't enough just to show a futuristic concept by AI. It needed to reflect Honda's original spirit and brand philosophy. As you can see here in these final images, generative AI played a critical role. The technology enabled a broad range of exploration, also achieving that sense of original Honda-ness. Generative AI allowed abstract business strategy to become concrete and compelling. Not only was this effective for internal alignment, but also strengthened the external communication, especially in branding activities. And just as other projects, by applying our design management platform, we securely manage those entire creative process. Every AI prompt and iteration was recorded and authenticated, giving Honda a full ownership and traceability. Thank you for your attention, and if you're interested in learning more, please feel free to reach out. We're always looking to get in touch with designers all around the world, brands, and policymakers. who care much about authentic value of design, even in the era of generative AI. Thank you again.